Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be calculating the entire cost of my medical school application. Yay! I've got my trusty dusty TI-84. As you may have already surmised, I'm a pretty budget conscious person, so this is going to be an excruciating process for me. Alright, literally I'm about to wimp out of this, so let's just get started. First up we have MCAT expenses. When you sign up to take the MCAT, you have to pay a registration fee of $320. Now that's a flat rate just for taking the exam, and it could be more if you register late or if you decide to change your test date. Now we have to worry about actually studying for the exam. Now this is an area where you can run up a ton of expenses, so I would highly suggest you do your research beforehand and come up with some sort of like study strategy before you actually start buying things. The biggest purchase I made in this area was my Kaplan test prep set. And it was basically this ginormous like ton of bricks, aka 7 books worth of material that I was to learn in the course of the semester that I was studying. They were $155 at the time that I bought them, which I would say was very much worth it for the quality of the content that I got. I mean, this was literally like all of the content that was going to be on the exam and then some. I supplemented these with the Khan Academy MCAT series of videos, which were not only super helpful, they were free. My last purchase in this category was practice exams, which yes, technically they do come included with most test prep books, but personally I felt like the ones that came directly from the AAMC were going to be the most accurate. Those were $35 each. I bought 3 of them. Oh, and I also brought an additional set of practice questions, which was another $10. Okay, so we got the test, we got the books, we got the practice exams and the practice questions, which brings us to $590. We haven't even gotten to the application yet, and I've already spent $590. Shake it off, shake it off. All right, moving on. So I applied to both MD schools and DO schools, which have their own separate applications. So we're gonna start with the MD schools first. So the way that this works is there is basically a starting fee to submit the application to one school, and then each additional school you tack on top of that is another $40. I sent my application to 10 MD schools, which, if we do the math on that, brings us to $530. Now for the secondaries. Now I talked about this in a previous video, but I ended up seriously narrowing down my schools between the time that I filled out my primary and my secondaries for this very reason, because I quickly was beginning to realize that I did not have the funds to submit 10 secondary applications because, are you ready for this? There's another fee associated with each of the schools that you send your secondaries to. My secondary fees averaged out to about $80, so when you multiply that by the 4 schools that I did end up sending secondaries to, we get $320. Okay, now let's do the DO schools! I applied to 4 of those, and the starting rate for the DO schools was $196, and then you add like $46 for each additional school beyond that. So it's $334. Alright, and then for those secondaries, I averaged like $48.75. No, we're not rounding any of those numbers because you come to me for the facts. Alright, so 4 schools times $48.75 brings us to $195. That's the cheapest anything has been so far. Alright, time to talk about Casper. Casper is basically like an ethics exam that some schools require you to take. It's not required by every school, but it's getting to the point where like most likely at least a couple of the schools you're applying to are going to ask for it, so you're going to want to take it anyway probably. This wasn't actually too bad. It was only a $10 testing fee and then an additional $10 for each of the schools you submit it to, and I submitted it to 4 of mine, so that was like $50, which I'm good with that. Oh, and then you also have to make sure that you send your official transcripts to the application service. These are the ones that come directly from your school in like a sealed envelope and everything, or some of them do like electronic now. This was kind of tricky for me because I dual enrolled in high school, so not only did I have to get transcripts from that school and my undergraduate university, but I had to get 2 of each of those to send to the MD schools and the DO schools, so all of those fees totaled about $30. We're almost done! All that's left is my interview travel expenses, which ended up coming to about $190, which, all things considered, it could have been a lot worse. Okay, here's the total. I'm gonna show you first, and then you tell me how bad it is and whether or not I can look. Can I look? Okay, so, to apply to medical school, it cost me $2,199. I'm sad. Now, before I end this video, I just wanted to say this was all kind of a joke. I mean, don't get me wrong, med school applications do cost a lot of money, and that really was my number. But I don't want this to discourage you in any way from applying to medical school. I'm simply trying to give you a heads up to know to start saving as soon as you can. I mean, look at me. I literally paid for all of those expenses from my part-time job. So if anything, I'm just a testament to the fact that it is 100% possible. I hope you had fun on this kind of wild ride. Let me know in the comments down below if there's another topic you would like to see me do a video on. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!